This is a, very simple and basic introduction to you about cloud. And we will try to understand what is cloud computing today, and then we will see who can learn cloud computing. So let us see the agenda first. The first thing here is, what is cloud computing? Second question here is pre-requirements. Pre-requirements to learn cloud computing. And third one here is jobs. Jobs or career or whatever you said, that is the thing that we will discuss today. These are the three major questions that we will try to address today. Okay. So as you know, this is a live session and it will be recorded. Recording is already started actually. And once we finish our session, the recording will be provided to you. Okay. So not only today's session, every session will be recorded. Each and every session till the end of our course, each and every session will be recorded, and these recordings will be provided by the management. Okay. Now, before we see what is cloud and all those things, let me just introduce myself here. See, I'm Shakeel here. I have 14+ years of experience. Okay, I started my career way back in 2007 actually, and I started my career as a Windows server admin, okay, plus network admin. Then, when you talk about server administration, actually, there are two major server administrations a person should know. One is your Windows server administration, another one is your Linux server administration. So I know both the administrations, Windows as well as Linux administration. Okay. Then, there is a concept called security. Security is a concept where you're learning about firewall and some other security features. So I have done this security also. Then virtualization. Virtualization is actually the base of cloud computing. Okay, so I have trained many people on virtualization technology. Okay, so virtualization, like I said, it is a base, or it is the, it is a base of your cloud computing. Because of virtualization only, cloud computing came into existence, or because of virtualization only, cloud computing becomes so successful. Okay, and for last 4 or 5 years, I am on cloud computing. So this is my experience. So Windows Server Administration, Network Administration, Linux Server, Security, and Virtualization. Okay. And actually the best part for me is, the best thing that happened to me is, in cloud, there are some concepts that are related to Windows Server. There are some concepts that are related to network administration. There are some concepts which are related to server, security, and virtualization. Everything will be coming in our cloud computing. Like, for example, security. There will be around 3 classes that we are learning on security. Windows and Linux server. Whenever we launch a server in our cloud, it will be either Windows server or Linux server. Okay, there will be around 1 week or more than 1 week of classes that are related to networking. Okay, there are many classes that are related to virtualization. So cloud computing is not a new technology, my friend. Cloud computing is something that is related to all your previous technologies. So anyway, I feel lucky that I have done all these things in my career, and then I went into the cloud like 5-6 years before. It looked very easy for me because I already have the concept of Windows servers. I already have the concepts of Linux servers and security and virtualization and networking. So cloud was much more easier for me. Okay. But if someone is a fresher here without any knowledge of any networks or without any knowledge of any servers or virtualization, there is absolutely no need to worry for you, my friend. Because the cloud computing course that we have designed here, this cloud computing course is designed for a very fresher. Like, you have zero knowledge of networks and zero knowledge of servers. There is no problem. This cloud computing course is designed for a fresher or maybe a person who is coming from programming background, or maybe a person who is coming from, let us say, marketing background or accounts background, or maybe a person who is coming from, let us say, the IT background, whatever. This cloud computing course is designed for each and every person. We are starting from very basics and we are going up to the administration part. I repeat, if you have some knowledge of Linux server, then it is added advantage. If you know something about Windows servers and network, then it is added advantage. But in case if you are a fresher here without any knowledge of any of these things, there is absolutely no need to worry, because whenever I start a topic, I'll be starting a topic from very basic and I'll be taking that up to the advanced level. Okay, friends? Okay, fine. This is about me. And one more thing, actually, this session is a live session. Like I said, if the session is interactive, then it will be great advantage for everyone. So there is a chat box here. See, I'm just sending a message in chat box. I'm just saying hi here. So whenever you have any doubts or, some questions related to cloud, feel free to send your questions in the chat box. This is the best advantage we can take of a live session. You have the opportunity to interact with the trainer. So please be frank, be open. We came here to learn something new. Okay, so feel free to interact with me. And at the end of the session, if you want to talk to me directly, you can simply unmute yourself and you can talk to me directly. This option is not available only for today. This will be same till the end of our course. Every day, the chat box will be open. Every day, I'm expecting questions related to that particular topic. If you take your question with you, then it's your loss. You're not watching any recorded video here, right? You're attending a live session, my friend. So please be frank, please be open, and whatever doubts you have, just send your question. I'll come to your question, and hopefully that one single question can help you in that one single question can help you as well as it can help the other person. Okay. Okay, there is a question already here. The question here is, this course AWS, what is like roles and responsibilities? Okay, I'll come to that question, Shekhar, but let us, first try to understand what is cloud computing. Then it will be easy for us to understand what are the roles and responsibilities of cloud computing. Okay, so let us try to get the basic idea of cloud. So let us see what is cloud computing now. Now, the whole story of cloud computing is about a computer network. See, when you go to internet, what is internet? Internet is a computer network. So when you say like www.google.com, you are connected to google.com. How you are connected to google.com? From your computer or from your mobile phone, you open a browser and you say google.com. That means from your machine, a request will go to your Wi-Fi router. From Wi-Fi router, there is a cable coming and the cable will go to the internet. In internet, we have many servers and routers and firewalls and storage devices and all those things. So there is a huge computer network over the internet. So internet is a computer network where any person can connect. There are no restrictions there, right? You just need to have a device and an internet connection, then you can connect to internet. Okay. Now, whatever devices we have over the internet, the same sort of devices we have in our computer network. Let's say, for example, you're working in a company somewhere. That company has a computer network. And you know how this company computer network looks actually? It will be something like this. This is a company's computer network. Remember I told you, cloud computing is all about a computer network, majorly about a computer network. So when I talk about a computer network, I need to talk about some devices like server, then server operating system. Then we have something called storage, firewall, router, switch, cables, etc. These are some of the devices we have in a computer network. We need to bring server devices. We need to bring server operating system. We need to bring something called storage. Storage is a device where we save our data. Okay, then we have firewall. Firewall is a device using which we can, protect our company from hackers. Router is a device using which we can make communication between our network and the internet. Switch is a device using which we can connect all the devices. And of course, cables will be there to connect all the other devices. So see, these are the devices we have in every computer network. Okay. Now the question here is why we have to take a server actually? Why we have to take a server operating system? What is the need? See, we cannot imagine a computer network without a server. Now, when I say server, I'm talking about server hardware actually. This is our server hardware. So we cannot imagine a computer network without a server hardware. If you say www.google.com, you are connected to Google server. There is some hardware server available somewhere. Okay. Now listen, my friend, the reason for taking all these devices in a computer network is we need to run our applications. What is the application now? What is the application or a service? So once you take your mobile phone or once you go to your computer and when you connect to internet, whatever you are accessing over the internet, everything comes under application. Like okay, let me just open a paint here. Okay, fine. So the applications can be a web server, email server, gaming server, okay, banking server, okay, and food delivering applications, and there are many applications available. So what we do once we connect to internet, we are connected to some email server like say gmail.com, yahoomail.com. And what we do by using gmail.com and yahoo.com, we send and receive the emails. What we do by using the banking application, we can transfer some money or we can receive some money. It is used for transactions. What we can do by using this gaming server, we can simply, play a game or download a game. Okay. There are, different types of applications available over the internet. These are some of the very common applications available. Okay. If I say www.gmail.com, then it is an email server. Okay. If I say, for example, let's say PUBG, that means I'm connected to the PUBG game server. So what I'm trying to say here is whenever you connect to internet, you are connected to these applications, and these applications are running on top of a server operating system. Where are these applications running? These applications are running on top of your server operating system. This server operating system can be Windows server or Linux server. 95 to 98% cases, the application that is running over the internet, it is running either on Windows server or on Linux server. See, remember in my experience, I already added you that Windows server administration and Linux server administration, right? So 95 to 98% cases, any application like a email application, banking application, gaming application, application like Ola or Uber, application like Swiggy or Zomato, application like, Facebook or Instagram, everything is a application and they runs on a server operating system. Now, this server operating system is running on a server hardware. Where it is running? It is running on a server hardware. For example, in my computer, can you see in my computer, I have Windows 10 here, Windows 10 operating system. So this Windows 10 operating system is running on my desktop machine, or it can be running on a laptop machine, isn't it? A Windows 10 operating system is a client operating system that is running on my desktop or laptop machine. And let me just check how much configuration I have in my machine. If you right click on your computer and if you go to properties, see what it shows here, friends. In my computer, I have i5 processor here, and the speed is 3.30 gigahertz. And how much GB RAM I have here? 16 GB RAM is there. So, my computer is pretty healthy. Healthy in the sense, it's very fast. i5 processor and 16 GB RAM is considered as a good configuration. And I'm using Windows 10 professional operating system here. So see, this is my hardware information. Okay, and this is my operating system installation. We cannot see any computer or a laptop without a operating system or without this hardware. If there is no RAM available in your machine, the operating system will not work. This is a very basic thing we know, right? This is a very, very basic and very common thing we know, that a machine is a combination of hardware and operating system. So hardware is our physical device, okay, and operating system is our software. Now, from where we can take our hardware? We can take hardware from companies like, let's say, IBM, Dell, HP, Lenovo, Toshiba, Acer. Like there are many more companies, right? Samsung. There are many more companies which manufacture your laptops. Maybe you're using any one of these laptop actually, right? Or maybe some other company. So these are the companies that will manufacture our laptops and desktops. You know, my friend, these are the same companies that manufacture our server. These are the same companies that manufacture our server. So this is your server hardware, or a hardware actually. It can be desktop hardware also. And coming to the operating system, like you know this very well, operating system is either Windows or Unix. Under Unix, we have Linux and Solaris and Mac and all the other things, but these are the two major companies we have: Microsoft Windows Server operating systems, or Microsoft Windows operating systems, or Unix operating systems. Now listen carefully, please. A server hardware we have to take from this companies, any one company, and the operating system we have to take from this company. Okay, so let us make a small architecture here. First of all, the base layer is always your hardware. Okay, and on top of this hardware, we have the operating system here, and operating system can be either Windows or Linux or Unix, whatever you say. Okay, done. So the base layer, the first base layer here is the hardware, and the second base layer here is the operating system. Now, why we have to take hardware and operating system? We know this very well, right? To run a application. So applications we know very well: gaming application, banking application, blah, blah, blah. There are many different types of applications available. So to run an application, we have to go with this server operating system and hardware. I hope this point is very clear, because, you know, if you know this particular logic, like why we have to take a server hardware and why we have to install the server operating system, things will become more easier for you to understand the cloud computing concept. So I repeat again, the applications that are running over the internet or within our company, these applications are running on a server operating system, and the server operating system is running on a server hardware. This is common in every company, every country, every continent. Wherever you go, these are the three layers we need to have. Okay, now with this server hardware, what else we have to take? We have to take a storage and firewall and router and switch and cables. Okay, now suppose imagine you're taking a server, a physical server. Now, how much money a company have to spend to take one server? For example, if you want to go with your desktop machine or a laptop machine, you know, normally desktop machine will come or a laptop will come. For example, let's say a good configuration laptop may come in $1,000. $1,000 is how much? Approximately 80,000 rupees. So a good configuration laptop may come in 80,000 rupees. 80,000 rupees is some amount, right? $1,000 per one laptop. Now see here, my friend, if you want to go with a server, you know, you need to spend around $5,000. A server you may get in $2,000, or you may spend like $3,000, 5,000, 8,000, 10,000. it depends on the server configuration. Like, when you go and take a mobile phone, one mobile phone you may get in 15,000, another mobile phone you may get in like 75,000. So why there is so much difference, 15,000 and 75,000? Once you go with your 75,000 mobile phone, obviously there are some differences, like there is more hardware available in 75,000 mobile phone. The software is much more, advanced. There are many more applications available there. So there will be some difference there, right? So coming to the server, the same difference. One server you may get in $3,000. One server you may get in $15,000. So let us take an average server, which you may get in $5,000. But my friend, $5,000 is how much in Indian rupees? It is approximately 4 lakh Indian rupees. How much? 4 lakh Indian rupees. So a company have to spend, let's say, $5,000 on this particular server. They have to spend how much? $5,000 or 4 lakh Indian rupees on this server. And then they need to bring the operating system. Operating system they can take from Microsoft, or Linux. So again, they have to pay money. See, software is not free. Operating system is not free. So we have to again pay some money. So first they need to spend $5,000 here. Okay. Then they need to spend some money for the operating system, and then the application they can run there. An email server or a web server or a gaming server or whatever. This is the whole story. Spend money on your hardware, then spend money on your operating system, and then run your application. Now see, when you bring your server, first of all, what we have to do? Bring a server, connect the server, install the operating system, okay, do all the basic configurations, provide security by using firewall, connect the storage, okay, connect your router, then you can run your application. So it may take around 3 to 4 days for you to just make the server ready. Then we have to go with applications and all those things. Okay. Now, this is only one server. Friends, I can say this with 100% guarantee that there is no company where they are running their application only on one server. This is literally not possible, my friend. One server is not at all sufficient. A company may need, let's say, 35 servers, or let's say 80 servers, or let's say 145 servers, or maybe like 400 servers, or maybe like 2000 servers. In a company, they may need 35 or 80 or 145 or 400 or 2000 servers. They need many servers. Small companies, they may go with 30, 35, 40 servers. Medium company, they may go with 80 to 145 servers, or maybe like up to 300 servers. But big companies, they may go with like 400, 500, up to some thousands of servers. Now see here, friends, if they take, let's say, 80 servers, only 80 servers, for each server, how much they are spending? 4,000 or $5,000, right? Now 5,000 multiplied by 80. See, my friend, how much they need to spend now? This is in dollars. If I multiply in rupees, this is more than 3 crore Indian rupees. That means if a company have to take 80 servers, that means they need to spend how much money? They need to spend 3 crore or more than 3 crore Indian rupees. So for any company, when they start their business, spending 3 crore rupees or 4 crore rupees only for the server hardware is a big amount, right? Obviously, it is a big amount. Spending around 4 crore rupees just to bring 80 servers is a huge amount. Then they have to spend money on the server operating system. Then they have to spend money on storage, the firewalls, the routers, the cables, the data center. They need to spend huge money there. So for 80 servers, a company needs to spend, let us say, 6 crore Indian rupees. I'm saying servers plus operating system plus, storage and routers and switches and all those things. So they need to spend 6 crore Indian rupees. It is not a big company, my friend. It is like, small company. 80 servers is not at all a big company. It's a small company. So a small company is spending 6 crore rupees to bring 80 servers and to bring all the other devices like storage and all these things. So once they do this much, once they spend this much money, now the infrastructure is ready here. See, this is actually known as a rack. In one rack, how many servers are there? See, there are many servers available. So there are totally 5 racks. So these 5 racks may contain around 100 servers. So they need to spend huge amount of money to bring these 100 servers or 80 servers, and then they can run their application. The whole story is about application, right? So they need to spend 6 crore rupees to run their application, maybe a web server or whatever. Now say, my friend, is there any guarantee that the application that they are running will be successful? Like, for example, how many websites are there over the internet? Or let us say how many games are there over the internet? How many games you know? How many car racing games you know? If I ask you how many games you know, you may say like 2 names or 3 names or maybe like 5 names. But how many games are there over the internet, my friend? There are some millions of games available, right? There are many car racing games. There are many, games related with, let's say, some fighting games. And there are different types of games available, right? But how many games are there in your mobile phone and in my mobile phone? Like, for example, there is a game called Snookers. 8-ball pool is a very famous game. But, beside this 8-ball pool, there are many other games available, right? So what I'm trying to say here is when a person is designing the game, when they are developing the game should be available on the internet, and we as an end user should download the game in our mobile phone and play the game. Then only they are getting the profits. Then only the business is working. But every game that is available over the internet is not successful. It's open fact, right? Every game that is over the internet is not successful. So you have already spent around 6 crore rupees actually. You already spent 6 crore rupees and you're, running a game, there's some application, but there is no guarantee that the game is successful. So you are facing huge loss. So first of all, to run an application, you need to spend that much money. And with this, you have many disadvantages. Suddenly, now you are using 80 servers, but suppose your game is very successful, your application is very successful. So you need to increase from 80 servers to, let us say, 140 servers. Within a day, you need to increase. That is not possible, actually. We cannot increase from 80 servers to 140 servers within one day. It may take 15 days or 20 days because, again, we need to bring servers, we need to connect the servers, we need to configure the servers, and we need to, install the application, install the operating system. So it will take a lot of time. So it will take a lot of time for us to upgrade from 80 servers to 140 servers. So increase the number of servers from 80 servers to 140 servers. Or suppose your business is not running now, so you're planning to decrease your servers from 80 servers to, let us say, like 25 servers. So what about remaining 55 servers? They are completely wasted. So see here, friends, running any application, we need servers and the infrastructure. This we know very well. So one way of taking the servers and the infrastructure is the hardware infrastructure. This is your hardware infrastructure. We just need to bring everything in our company and we just need to connect everything in our company. This is the hardware infrastructure. Fine. We are spending huge money. We are spending huge time, and there is no security actually whether our business is running or not. Okay, so we are taking a very huge risk. We means the company. So for last many decades, a company network or the application is running in this way. But my friend, there is a concept called cloud computing. There is a concept called cloud. Now, you know what happens in cloud? See, it's a very, very excellent option available now. In cloud, there is no need for us to purchase a server hardware. There is no need for us to purchase a server operating system. Sounds good? I repeat, in cloud computing, there is no need for us to purchase any of these devices. Server hardware, server operating system, storage, firewall. There is nothing that we need to purchase, my friend. What we can do in cloud, we can simply run our application. What we can do, we can simply run our application. Now, how that is possible? Application cannot run without an operating system. An operating system cannot run without a hardware. But what I'm saying here now, In cloud, we can directly run our application without taking a server hardware or without taking a server operating system. What I mean here is, in cloud, there are certain companies, let's say Amazon data center. In cloud, what happens here? There are certain data centers available. Now see here, can you see the data centers there? Can you see the size of the data centers there? These are the data centers available in Amazon company, or it can be available in Microsoft or Google or HP or IBM or whatever. See the size here, my friend. It's gigantic, right? This is an Amazon data center. I think, yeah, I can see this in better way now. Okay, can you see the data center here? This is only one part of your data center. This is not complete data center. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll make things easier for you. Let me just copy this. Just a second, friends. Yeah, can you see the data center? So if you go with your company's network, this is your company's network. How many racks are there? There are totally 5 racks. And in these 5 racks, how many devices can be connected? Let us say 100 devices can be connected. But if you go to this data center is available somewhere in the Amazon company, or maybe somewhere in Google or somewhere in Microsoft, any company. But let us say Amazon. And what you see here, how many racks you can see here? There are some hundreds of racks actually. There are some thousands of racks. This is only one part of your data center. This is not complete data center. Maybe this is like 10% of your data center. So see, there are many racks available here. All these are racks. And in every rack, what we have, in every rack, we have many servers. So there are totally thousands of racks available here. And there are totally like lakhs of servers available in one data center of Amazon. And you know what Amazon is saying? Amazon is saying, listen, you want to run application, right? To run a application, what you need? To run a application, you need a server machine, a server operating system, storage, firewall, router. You need all these things, right? So Amazon is saying, no need to spend money and no need to bring physical devices in your company. Please listen carefully, friends. Amazon is saying no need to spend money and no need to bring any device in your company. Now, what we do in Amazon data centers, we will offer you everything. We will offer you servers. We will offer you server operating system. We will offer you storage. We will offer you firewall. We will offer you everything. You connect to our data centers and simply run your application. So Amazon people are taking care of the physical infrastructure. Microsoft people, Google, IBM, HP, Alibaba, Cisco, Juniper, all these are cloud providers. So all these companies have huge infrastructure. They have multiple data centers across the globe. And what these people are doing, they are offering the data centers to the customers, to the other companies. And they are saying, we have the data center. So there is absolutely no need for you to worry about your servers or the storage or the server operating system. Just come to us, connect to our data center and simply run your application. Such an amazing plan here, right? See, I'll go again. For example, if you want to run a website, what you need server hardware, server OS, storage, okay, firewall. You need to make connections. You need to take the power. You need to make power backup. Okay, you need some cooling system, because without cooling system you cannot run your servers. You need cables. These are some of the things you need to run a website. These are some of the things you need actually. So to bring all these things, it will take some weeks. To connect all these things, it will take some weeks. And to run a website, it will take some days. So it will take some weeks and weeks for us to run one website. But instead of taking all these physical devices in our company, if we go to cloud, this is your on-premise network. But if you go to cloud here, we can run a website in, let's say, 2 minutes. What happens in cloud? In cloud, we are not having any server hardware. We are not having any server operating system. Everything we are taking from the cloud provider on lease. Cables, cooling system, power backup, connections, everything will be managed by them. Firewall, storage, server OS, hardware, everything they are providing to us. They are saying we have the infrastructure, you come and you use our infrastructure. That's it. Okay, I'll do one thing. Within next 2 minutes, I will connect to the cloud. I will connect to this Amazon cloud actually. I have an account in Amazon. I'll connect to the Amazon cloud, and within next 2 minutes, I will launch a website. See, I'm sitting in my home. I don't have any server there. I don't have any server OS. There is no storage. There is no firewall. There are no connections. There is no power backup. There is no cooling system. There is nothing. I don't have any infrastructure in my home. I just have a laptop machine or a desktop machine. But still what I can do, I have an account in Amazon cloud. So I can just connect to this Amazon cloud and I can run a web server. I can run a web server for you. Very interesting. So just see what I'm doing here. And please, no need to worry like what I'm doing means what steps I'm using and what configuration I'm doing. It may take around, 2 weeks or 3 weeks for me to explain all these options. So it is just a very basic demo. I'm just trying to show you like how easy it is for us to use your cloud. So see, I'm just connected to the Amazon data center here. There are many data centers available, like one is in Singapore, one is in Mumbai, one is in Hyderabad, one is in North California, one is somewhere in London, one is somewhere in Paris. So they have data centers in multiple locations. So I'm connected to the Singapore data center here. Okay. Now, within next 2 minutes, like I said, within next 2 minutes, your website will be ready. So please see what I'm doing here. There is something called EC2 instance. EC2 instance will take around two weeks for us. So no need to worry what I'm doing again. I'm saying web server test. I selected some machine. I selected some details here. I'm selecting some key pair here. VPC is a topic which will take around 10 classes actually. So I'm just selecting something. You can see firewall here. I'm selecting firewall there. Okay. And I just need to add some rules here. Let us say HTTP. Wait a second, please. See, as of now, there are no servers running here, right? So I'll just say launch instance here. Test web server. Okay, so I'll select some VPC here. Fine. Then I need to add some rules here. Let us say my rules are, this is your firewall settings actually. So I will add one more rule here. Let me just say HTTPS. Like I said, I'll explain each and everything in great details in coming sessions. As of now, that is not our class. Okay. See, there is something called storage here. It has automatically taken storage. How much GB? 8 GB. As of now, 8 GB is sufficient. Okay. Now I'll just go down. How many machines I'm creating now? One machine. I'll go to this advanced details here. Website creation is a different thing. I have a script actually here. So by using this script, I'm creating a website. What is a script and what we can do by using script? All the details we will see there. Okay, friends. So I'll just come down here. I'll just say test. Now see, this is my web server. Okay, I'll make things interesting for you. So what I'll do here is I will use your names. Let's say Ajay, Divakar, Kumar, Mahesh Babu, Prashant, Shekhar, Shakeel, or let me add some more names like, let us say Sachin, Alu Arjun. I'm saying India. So I'm creating a web server with this content. So we know web server will be like, graphical, and there will be some other things available. So we are not making a complete actual web server. Means the pages we are not creating them. We are simply creating a simple and basic web server there. So I'll just come down and I'll say launch instance. So see what it says, successfully initiated launch instance. Means it is saying your web server is pending. It will take another 10 to 15 seconds for this web server to come up. Now it is running. So my web server is created successfully. I repeat, friends, my web server is created successfully. And this web server is created where? This web server is created in the AWS data center, which is there in Singapore. So I don't need to worry about where is the data center. So do you know where is your Google server or Facebook server that we access every day, right? It's not available in our city or in our village. It is available somewhere in Singapore or maybe somewhere in USA or somewhere in Dubai. Who knows where is that server located? Okay, so we are able to connect. So here also we can connect. So let me just select this machine here. And there is a IP address here, public IP. Again, public IP will take some classes actually about IP addressing. We will take some classes to learn in great details. But as of now, I'm just selecting this IP address. I'll go to browser. See, my web server is ready. You can see Ajay, Divakar, Kumar, all the names that we have entered there. We can see all the names. Do one thing, friends. I am entering the same address in the chat box. The IP address 18.140.69.12. Take this IP address and enter this IP address in your browser and tell me whether you can access my web server or not. Okay, just copy the IP address. Okay, already got a message from Mahesh Babu. He says we are able to access. From where you are joining the session, Mahesh? Can you please tell me your location, your city actually? Ongole. Okay, fine. Anyone else? Can you access the web server? Prashant also. I think Prashant, you are from Pune. Okay, Nasik. Okay. Yesterday there was one more Prashant who joined the session from Pune. Okay, Nasik. See, Nasik is in Maharashtra. Ongole is somewhere in Andhra. I am sitting in Hyderabad and our server is running in Singapore. So what I did here, within some minutes, I have launched my web server. Now, do I need to worry about all this physical infrastructure like server hardware, server OS, storage, firewalls, everything? No, I have taken everything from the cloud provider, my friend. I have taken everything from the cloud provider and I'm running my web server there. Now, suppose you need 3 web servers. There is an option called auto scaling. We can increase the number of web servers automatically. And if there are 3 web servers, there is an option called load balancers. Load balancers, you know what they will do? Load balancers will automatically load the traffic between the servers. So like this, cloud computing will help any company in minimizing their budget. Cloud computing will help any company in reducing this budget. So there is no need for a company to buy all the infrastructure. They can simply go to the cloud provider, take the infrastructure from cloud provider, and then they can run their applications. At the end of the day, they need to run the application. Yeah, Prashant, please go ahead. You're trying to say something, Prashant. I'm not able to hear you actually. I can see you have unmuted yourself, but you're not audible for me. I still can't. You're already unmuted, Prashant. No one is muted from my side. Everyone is unmuted. Okay, meanwhile, there is one more question here from Mahesh. He says, do we need to delete this application in this free tier account? Okay, it's a very technical question, Mahesh. As of now, if I say what is free tier and all those things, uh, things will not be easy for everyone to understand. But I can say one thing, it is better you delete your application. It is better you delete your application. Okay. Charges, some charges will be applied, some charges will not be applied. We need to see all the charges. We need to see charges in great details again. But as of now, I can simply say better you delete the application. How to delete, I'll show you now. Again, I am repeating, friends, I have not muted anyone from my side. Okay, you have the option of unmuting yourself. But for some reason, I'm not able to hear Prashant. Let's see if any other question comes from any other person. Let's see if it is a problem with only Prashant or it is a problem with everyone. Meanwhile, Prashant, you can simply send a question in chat box if you're not able to, you know. Okay, I'll come to this question. Shekhar, what was your question? Let me just go up. Okay, what this course AWS, what is like roles and responsibilities? Okay, I'll come to that question, Shekhar. I have already seen your question. I'll come to that. Okay. Okay, I guess Prashant, you're a Windows Server administrator. So your question is, can we apply group policy on server for local clients? You know, in AWS, we have a service called directory services. Directory services is a active directory service actually. So whatever we do in active directory, everything is possible here. Okay, so yeah, we can do that. If you want, you can do that. Okay. And coming back to Shekhar question, what are the roles and responsibilities of the cloud administrator? See here, my friend. Once you get a job as a cloud administrator, your responsibility can be on this firewall. Your responsibility can be on this storage. Your responsibility can be creating and, you know, providing the servers to the users. Or your responsibility can be on a service called, let's say, S3. Or your responsibility can be on a service like, let's say, IAM. So there are different roles and responsibilities available here, my friend. So what you do, you just create a server, you create multiple servers, and you're providing the servers to developers. So the developers can connect to the server and they can run their applications. Okay, so there are many different types of responsibilities available. You can be managing the data. You can be providing the security on data. You can be connecting the storage. You can be increasing and decreasing the storage. You can be creating multiple servers there. And, you know, you can be, you know, configuring different things on servers like auto scaling, load balancers. Okay, you're creating multiple user accounts there and you're allowing users to access some resources from the cloud. So what we have to do here is in cloud, we need to create our infrastructure there, the virtual infrastructure, and then we need to manage virtual infrastructure. See, every person is not accessing all the servers which are there in cloud. Let us say there are totally 300 servers in cloud. Okay, so if there are 300 servers in cloud, then what to do? Maybe I am a user. Let's say for me, only one server accessing should be there. So you're the cloud administrator. What you do, you will create a user with my name, let's say Shakeel, and then you're granting permissions to me only on one server. Remaining 299 servers, I cannot access, my friend. Remaining 299 servers, we simply cannot access. Okay, now there is one more question here, like who will deploy or configure application? The application team will deploy. So when application team, like a web server team or any application team, they are deploying the application there, they need the infrastructure there, right? They need a server there. They need a server operating system. They need some security there. They need some storage. So who will provide all these things? The cloud administrator will provide all these things to the application people. Now that's a good question. I repeat, application people have knowledge only about the application. Okay, so they need a server. Server can be either physical server or it can be a virtual server. So if you go with cloud, we are providing a virtual server to the application team. so that they can connect to this virtual server and they can run the application. Okay. Now there is a question here, can existing group policy migrate on AWS? Yeah, we can migrate our existing infrastructure to the cloud. Not only group policy, everything, all the different servers and applications we will migrate to the cloud. Okay, again, the question is same. So there is no intervention for administrators for application prospect. See, in a company, there are different teams available, my friend. One is application team, one is security team, one is the programmers team, one is your developers team. So all these teams will come together and every person will play their part. Every team will play their part. So as administrator, I'll take care only of administration, right? There is a responsibility given to me. Why should I worry about the application part? Application people will say, this is the application we want to implement, and for this application we need this many resources. So as the administrator, I will provide all the resources to the application team. That's it. Got it? Application team will provide their details. So according to the details, I need to create a infrastructure there. Any application can be migrated, Prashant. Cloud will support your every application. Okay, I'm from non-IT background. What certification is required for me? See, first of all, Kumar, if you're from an IT background or non-IT background, it doesn't matter. Learning should be the top priority for you. You should learn the codes, okay? And then coming to the certification, you can go with Solution Architect certification. AWS Solution Architect certification. Okay. Again, certification is a very easy thing. What is certification? How to go for certification, that we will see in coming classes. But as of now, certification is very, very easy. Is programming knowledge required for cloud computing? No, Ajay. There is no need to know the programming actually. Again, I'm saying there is no need for you to know programming. Without having any programming language, we can learn everything. If you know JSON, that is well and good, but it's not mandatory for you to know the JSON. You know what happens in cloud? Whatever we do in JSON, we can do everything in graphics. Okay. So this is your AWS console here. What you see here in this console, everything you can see like a graphical user interface here. Yes. So there is no need for you to know JSON. If you know JSON, that is well and good, but it's not mandatory for you to know JSON. Okay. So no programming is needed. That was one question. And if you're from IT background or non-IT background, doesn't matter, my friend, because we are starting everything from basics. Okay, so any person can understand this cloud computing. And the other question was about migration. So I'm saying every application can be migrated from physical network to the cloud network. It will support every application.
Hi, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, is it Mahesh Babu?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, who will take care of this OS patchings in cloud, troubleshooting housekeeping issues, file system issues, adding resources like?
Excellent question. I think you already have some knowledge of IT.
Yeah, Linux administration. I have some knowledge.
Yeah, there's the reason I can see that question. See, majority of things will be taken care by the cloud provider only. Okay, they will take care of everything. But still, we have the option of upgrading our machine. Still, we have the option of upgrading our Linux machine or Windows machine. We can do that. Just go and say like yum update, whatever command is there, update.
Yeah.
That is possible. But in most of the cases, AWS people or cloud people, they will provide you with the latest application and latest software. If you want to go with the previous version, that is also available. But all these things will be taken care by the cloud provider. But again, there are certain things they are offering us. They are saying like, okay, if you want to update, you can use this particular command and you can update. That's it.
So in this case, we doesn't require more administration, right? Like Windows administration, I don't have enough knowledge. Very basic knowledge I have.
No.
Linux administration, I have some knowledge.
No, I remember when I started the course, I told you everything will come for us. Windows, Linux, but not the complete administration. This is my experience. I have experience on Windows and Linux administration. That's a different thing. But when you learn the cloud concept, you should know something about Windows servers and something about Linux server. So I will take you through the Windows servers as well as Linux servers.
Okay.
Okay, see, I'll show you a very basic demo here. When I launch a server here, can you see here it is showing Windows server here, and here it is showing Red Hat, Ubuntu. So I
Yes.
need to connect to multiple EC2 machines, multiple servers, so that you'll be familiar with Linux as well as with
Okay.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
See, actually, if you know Linux, that means you know the bigger one. Windows Server administration is not so big actually. Means, you know, learning wise or understanding wise, it is not so difficult compared to Linux.
Yes. 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 So adding to the previous question, my chat box previous questions are application one. So we just only need to create one VM and hand over to the application team, right?
That's it.
So I mean to say that slash opt path will be there. In that path, they will configure or deploy that application, right?
Exactly.
Okay, sir. Okay, I got it. I'm clear. Thank you so much.
Okay. But again, you know, creating a VM sounds very easy, my friend. But you know, in creating a VM, like I said, it may take around 1 week for me to explain all these options, what you see
Yes,
here.
yes. Actually, I also created this free account, but I
Mhm.
don't know how to create that EC2 instance. I just want to continue this class, right? So I will look on that and I will create with your steps. That's
Okay.
what I
So
will
as
do.
of now,
I
if you have
don't
a,
know about that.
okay, no problem. But as of now, if you have an account, please do not try to create anything there, because you know there are certain services which are free and there are certain services which are not free. So
Yeah, yeah,
unnecessary
that's
some
so.
bill can come.
Yes,
Okay.
sure, sir. I will follow your steps. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. There is a question like, what are the tools we are going to use in future? Tools, we are using the options actually. We are using the options that are available in this AWS console. Tools will be used within our EC2 machine, like you're installing a tool in Linux machine or a Windows machine. That's a different thing. We are using the options that are available in AWS console. Okay, Prashant says we will learn the migration part. Migration part, I can show you where is the option, how it looks and how to configure and all those things. But you know, to migrate, first of all, you need some physical infrastructure, right? But I can, you know, that option is not available in our curriculum, Prashant. It will not be there in our AWS curriculum. But still, if you want to know, if you want to see like how to do migration, I'll guide you like what steps you need to take and where is that option available and what are the other things involved in the migration. You know, I say maybe like 5 years or 8 years or 10 years of experience person, the migration will be done by that person actually. It will not be done by a fresher or 2-3 years of experience people.
Which
Always remember,
migration, sir? OS migration or application migration?
anything OS or application or whatever is there. See, when you migrate your OS, obviously you're migrating your application also, right, with that OS.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay, so I can help you in that way, but it is not part of our curriculum. Okay, now before I get more questions, I just want to add something here. See, I'll say one thing before I say anything else. If you already decided to go with cloud computing as a career, maybe from IT background, you're coming or non-IT background, it doesn't matter. If you've already decided to go with cloud as your career, you know, my friend, you have selected a great career for yourself. There is a huge scope in cloud. It is simply moving forward. There is no looking back in cloud actually. Cloud will simply improve. Okay, so everything is perfect in cloud. So if you already decided to go with cloud, you have selected a great career for yourself. So our classes will start from Monday at 10 a.m. Okay, and every day class will be there for like 60 to 70 minutes. 60 to 70 minutes. And recordings will be provided. And you know what I have to do here? Every day I have to simply create some suppose if I go to my existing class, I have to create some running notes. See, all these are the topics that I have completed in my other batch. So I have to create some running notes like this. It took me around 1 week to complete this setup actually, starting from, let's say, VPC and then into like subnets, then into like route table, then internet gateway, public subnet, private subnet, EC2. it is looking just like a small diagram there, a small topology, but it took me more than 1 week to explain this infrastructure. So this is your EC2 machine. How to connect to this EC2 machine? All these things will take around like 10 days or more. So I need to create these files every day. I need to explain everything in a diagrammatical way and then practical way. Okay, and hopefully by the end of this course, I'm just preparing this notes actually. So by the end of this course, I'll provide you, see, I'll just write all the labs here, like what to do and all to do. Maybe some people know what is ch mode, or some people may know like what is ls-l. Okay, these are some basic Linux commands actually that we need to discuss. So overall, presenting the subject is my responsibility. I'll do my level best to present things in the simplest and the easiest way. Okay, now what you should do here is, the first thing is you should be concentrating more on learning. Second is interview. So when we learn a particular topic, it's my responsibility again to inform you like, okay, these are the questions they may ask you from this particular topic. Interview questions will be same everywhere. If you're facing a interview in Chennai or Delhi or Dubai or USA or London, interview questions will be more or less same. Okay, then administration, learning, interview, I'll say job, working in company. The fourth should be your certification. I got some questions regarding certifications here. So I'm saying again, no need to worry about your exam, my friend. Hopefully in coming 2-3 demo sessions, these are the demos actually. In coming 2-3 demo sessions, I'll show you how to go for certification. Certification is the easiest thing you can do. Learning is a difficult part for you. Why I'm saying difficult, I'm just comparing learning with the examination. So see, remember when we started learning how to ride a bicycle, it was not easy, right? Like 20-30 years before. So learning anything will be like, taking, it will take some time. So hopefully I'll try to put things in the best way possible so that learning will be easy, interesting, fun, and all those things. Then once you know the concept, interviews, jobs will be, very easy. Normally people are worried about interview. So if I ask you a question like 2 plus 2, how much? You can easily say it is 4, right? Because you know the concept here, my friend. You know the concept, so you can say this. But suppose if I go to Google, for example, and if I say Chinese language, now how many of us can understand this? But China has 1.5 billion population, right? So they know this. So when you learn something, you can learn, you can, understand this and you can work on this. Okay. So learning is the top priority for you. You should always try to learn things in the best way possible. So these are the things that we will start from Monday, and hopefully some more people will be joining there. So hopefully things will be much better there. Okay, friends. So that's it from me. I'll be here for like at least a couple of more minutes. If there is any other question.
Do we need any scripting for cloud?
Sorry.
Scripting.
No. As of now,
Automation or scripting.
nothing. As of now, there is no need for you to learn scripting or programming or anything. But once we move into any career, there are certain extra things we need to learn, right? So hopefully in coming years, you will be learning Python. But as of now, no need. Whatever we are learning, there is absolutely no need for you to learn any scripting or Python. But see, suppose imagine you completed the course and you got a salary of, let us say, for example, I'm saying 8 lakhs per annum. Done. There is some other person in the company who is getting, let's say, 15 lakhs per annum. So you are a cloud administrator, that person is a cloud administrator. So why there is this much difference? First of all, experience wise, there is a difference. And the second thing is, this person knows a bit more than you and me. Or let's say this person knows a bit more than a fresher. Or maybe like 2-3 years of experience. So what else he knows? He knows many more services, or he knows some programming or scripting. So once we move into a career, you will be learning many things. So if I say scripting is not needed for cloud administrator, that will be a lie. What I'm saying here is, as of now, for a fresher or for 2-3-4 years of experience candidate, scripting or any programming language is not needed. But once you move into a career, you'll be learning many more things.
Yes, got it, sir.
Okay. Yeah. And Prashant, I guess the problem is from your side. because Mahesh Bob and some other people are able to talk to me directly, but there is some issue with your microphone or maybe some other issue. I can't hear you. Okay, mic issue. Okay, no problem. So the chat box, like I said, you will be open till the end of our course. So whenever you're attending any session, please try to make every session very interactive. Then only it will be very interesting, and it will be helpful for each and every person. Okay. So before I stop this session, I just want to say one thing again. If you have already decided to go with your cloud computing as your career, I just say it is a great career. You have selected a great career for yourself. So just try to stick to it, and you will get, good salaries, good packages, good scope in your career. Okay. So that's it for today, friends. Thanks again for joining. Sunday is not an easy day to come and attend any session, but again, thanks for joining. And hopefully see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. with a demo session. Okay. Thanks a lot, friends. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, sir. Thanks. We'll
Thank
meet tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.
you.